Hey everyone, Chris here. Thank you very much for tuning in for another episode of Darktoylord Reviews. So continuing on with our Mass Effect reviews, this is the Mass Effect 2 Series 2 Mordin action figure by Big Fish. So as I explained previously, I'm just kind of pulling some toys off of my toy shelf for review because I really want to add some more Mass Effect content to my channel. So that being said, I no longer have the original packaging, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a stock image of the package right up here for you to see. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at the action figure. First things first, let's go ahead and get a height measurement on this guy. So bring up the tape measure, and it looks like he is actually a little bit over 7 inches, probably about 7 1/4 inches tall. In regards to accessories, he comes packaged with his display stand here, as well as his M5 Phalanx handgun. Now the gun actually stays in his hand pretty well, which is surprising. So far the Series 2 figures have not been so great in regards to holding weapons. So let's go ahead and get a close-up of this handgun. So you can see nice detailing on it, nice paint apps, and it says M5 right there. Actually it says 5M on this side, but this side says M5. Let's go ahead and check articulation. Now, before I really get into this, I do just want to make a comment on, initially the first series was done by DC Direct, and they just had so many delays that's the reason why the second series was done by a company called Big Fish, is because BioWare just didn't want to work with DC Direct anymore. So what I've noticed with the BioWare figures is I kind of think they took a hit on quality over the DC Direct ones, because, well, you'll see a common trend in the reviews for the Big Fish figures. Mordin here, he doesn't stand perfectly straight. You can kind of see it here that one leg is a little bit longer than the other one, so that way that's the reason why he doesn't stand perfectly straight. This detailing is usually pretty good on these figures, but something just seems a little off for Mordin. I'm not sure if it's the paint, the color scheme is wrong, or if the sculpt is just kind of weak, but something definitely doesn't seem quite right to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a good looking figure, but I don't know, just something seems off. In regards to articulation, Mordin's head is on a ball joint, so it can move in all different directions. Both shoulders do move, but they're really tough. I think they have a case of paint lock going on, that they're really tough to move. His shoulder has a hinge here. Now, again, going back to the quality of the figures, this guy's been on my shelf. I haven't really touched him. I just put him on the display stand, stuck him on the shelf. All was fine and dandy. I go to do this review, and I'm just trying to get familiar with all the points of articulation, and this happened. Yeah. So the figure actually broke when I was trying to just move the arms around. Being that these have been out of stores for such a long time, I'm sure I can get a replacement in the secondhand market, but I kind of feel like it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. So what I'll probably end up doing is just super gluing that into a good position. That being said, let's go ahead and put that out of the way for now. The wrists do not have any sort of articulation either. So it's just shoulders, which are super hard to move, elbows, which are super fragile, and there's also an upper arm swivel. So that'll help with positioning and posing. His jacket here is soft rubbery material, so it doesn't really hinder movement. And actually, he actually has the most movement I've seen in regards to the other figures, where he leg kicks back a little bit, but it comes up quite a bit. He has articulation here at the knee also. Not a lot, but it's there. And then that's that. Don't feel, no, there's no sort of swivel at the ankles or anything, so pretty much straight up and down. I know that we've already had a close-up of Mordin's head, but I figure I can just show you the rest of the figure as well. Missing the arm though. So even though the quality seems to have taken a hit, it looks like the sculpting, attention to details when sculpting the actual figure, is still there. They do have some nice paint apps as well. There are just some quality issues, like the legs, one being longer than the other. That's just not good, and I can't believe that got past quality assurance. The flimsy joints, I don't know. It just was unfortunate and definitely not what I was expecting. I mean, the first series wasn't great, but definitely a lot better than the second series. So let's just get my guy back here on his stand. Alright, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Mordin is a cool character. This had the potential of being a very cool toy. It had the arm not just broken off on me. It still could have been decent, just with a couple of minor complaints. But yeah, I mean, the quality of the Big Fish figures, from what I've seen, the ones I have, it's just not the best. They definitely did not live up to the quality that DC Direct kind of like set a standard, and the Big Fish doesn't seem like they really matched it. If you have any questions at all, please let me know down below. As always, I do thank you for tuning in, and until next time, we'll talk to you later.